So we're in my kitchen and I'm gonna try to make cheese. Actually, I've already made cheese. I'm just gonna share it with you. So goat cheese from, said goat milking in one of my videos. I'll put it up here so you can see it. And then of course, I'll put it over there in the corner so that you can go check that one out. I don't remember where I put it though. So I'll put it up there. I'm not sure if it's on this channel or the other one. Anywho, I am making cheese based on Crystal at Blue Cactus Dairy Goats, I believe is her channel. And I'll also put that in the corner and in the show notes down here. So I'm going to do cheddar. The only thing I think that's affecting my cheese, and I haven't tried cheddar to find out, is I am vacuum packing it. And I know with doing resin, if you run it in a vacuum chamber, it changes the molecular structure of the resin. Therefore, it boils at a lower temperature. So I don't know if it's affecting my cheese, because my Colby sure resembled a Swiss. And it's really strong. So I don't know if that's something I'm feeding my goats, whatever the sweet grain is. But it's real, we call it goaty or gamey. But it's really strong, so I didn't really care for it. And I don't think it was a cheddar. So, or not cheddar, but a Colby. But I'm going to do cheddar this time. I haven't tried any of it yet because it takes 4 months or so to age it, and I've been vacuum packing it. I'll probably do it this way. If anybody knows if that changes it from doing it in wax, maybe I'll try wax next time. But for right now, I'm going to do it in vacuum, and that's a few days out after I do all this. So hang tight. We'll get you down here. So I have down here. So you can't even see me. I'm way down there. It's the drawbacks to being tall. So anyways, 3 gallons of goat milk, and I am going to bring that up to 88 degrees really slow. So I got just a temperature thingy-mabobber, so I can check the temp, and it's going to take it a while before it gets up here because the temp's going the wrong way at the moment. So not that you guys can see it or anything, but we'll have to figure out what to do with this. So anyways, we're gonna bring this up the temp and stir it so we can get her all mixed in, because like it separates the cream, the solids separate from the milk. It's sitting in the refrigerator. But yeah, so we're at roughly 38 degrees. So I got to come up to 88 degrees. And then we'll get everything going. So I'll come back then. That's y'all can see it, but you can see she's gradually climbing there. So it doesn't take real long. I guess we're going to go this slow so we don't scald it, I guess. So let's get it where we need it. And yeah, whoever wanted to play the music for Jeopardy, now's the time. Oh, hey, look, 50 degrees, only 38 more to go. Yeehaw. Yeah, so 88 degrees. Now I'm going to put a quarter teaspoon of Mesophille Culture in. Should have turned the flame off. I guess let it rehydrate and give it 5 minutes and we'll stir it in. Alright, my 5 minutes are up. Stir it in. And then let it rest for an hour. I know, I'm not supposed to break the surface so don't let any bacteria in. Alright, we will let that wait an hour. We'll be back then. Check that out, shop notes from Crystal's video, if you can read my scribble. So anyways, we need, there we go, Animal Rennet. So I need a quarter teaspoon of rennet and my quarter cup of water over there. And we'll get that in a minute. It's been an hour. And then we're gonna put the rennet in and pour it over a spoon. Stir it in. And let that rest for 45 minutes now. I'm gonna bring that temp up just a little bit. And that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm just gonna leave that in so she's embarrassed. Alright, well, that should bring it up enough. Alright, so we didn't lose a whole lot. But anyways, I now have to cut the cheese. So I'm gonna get this out of my way, and you can see it's not really sticking, so I'm alright with it like it is. There we go. I know that's not what this is designed for. This is for putting frosting on cakes, but it works pretty good anyway. So it says half inch cubes, so I'm gonna cut this way, and I'm gonna cut that way, and then I'm gonna kind of cut this way with the ladle. Alright, so now I'm supposed to bring the heat up to 98 degrees, so slowly, and stirring gently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some of these curds, because you'll see they'll come out big. So cut the bigger ones down. So we're looking for, what did I say, 98 degrees? Yes, 98 degrees. We're at 98, and I gotta stir it for another, I shut the heat off. I gotta stir it for another half hour or so. Keeping it at this temperature, which is really hard to do because my thermometer won't quit moving around. Of course, it'll go a little hotter, but so I think I'm just trying to release the whey at this point. I'm not positive, but so anyways, I will come back when we're to the next part, because I think after that we're going into the colander. Let it drain for 10 minutes, but I'm still gonna continue to mix this, and we'll come back for that 30 to 40 minutes later. You're in the way, Sid. You are. You're in the way. Come on, Sid. You're in the way. I know. Look, you're all wiggles. Thank you. All right, folks. Where were we? We're right here. Sid, you're still in the way. All right, so we've been occasionally stirring it for the last half hour or so. I had to go jump start a car because the battery's frozen in the driveway. So, I love winter. I gotta hurry up and get done doing what I'm doing here. And I think, did I push record? Oh, I did push record. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. Another 10 minutes or so. It's kind of clumping together down in there. So. One thing I did notice, that any tools you use, if you don't clean them off, that stuff dries on there like concrete. Well, the curds do anyway, so. And I'm not going to save the whey. I've done it. I've saved it. I've fed it to the dogs. I give it to the dogs, and it works for some of them, especially the breastfeeding mamas out there. But then, like the ones in the house, it affected their systems horribly. But it was good on those dogs. So, you know, but whatever. I'm going to dump it down the drain because, like, I don't need it, and I'll have more next week. I know, it's a waste, and I could get ricotta out of it, but I'm not going to go through all that. Let me let this go another 15 minutes or so, stirring it here and there. That'll get my second half hour or so in. and then we'll get it into the strainer and let it drain for 10 minutes or so, and we'll get it into press. Okay. Oh, this is heavy. And like 3 gallons of moo juice. All right, so you guys see what I'm doing? Oh yeah. All right. So I got my colander. Oh, I got my ladle, which I need. And okay, so one thing I got to do is I got to soak my cheesecloth in some whey. What I found was, and Crystal says that to soak it in the whey so it helps it from sticking. What really helps it from sticking is add some vinegar. It helped it from sticking without the vinegar, but it's much, you don't need much, tablespoon, whatever, something like that. Just a little bit in there, and it definitely kept it from sticking. It's easier to clean. And then just some of the whey into there, like so. And then we're just going to put I don't really want to put that in there. We're just going to put the cheesecloth in the whey and get it down in there. There you go. And that's all there is to that. You're in the way, mister. Sid's awful clingy when mom's not home. So anyways, what are you guys looking at here? Oh, I need to move you over some. I'm just going to ladle it into there. I could dump it, but sometimes you miss when you do that. Maybe I'll point you guys down a little more. What do you think? How's that, you guys? Yeah? Yeah, that looks better, don't it? So anyways, so what I meant by, if you leave that in there like that, yeah, that's right where it'll be, and you need a chisel and a hammer to get it off of there. Did I push record? No, I did push record. Okay. So anyways, we're going to leave that set for 10 minutes, and then I'll get it in cheese press. I'm going to actually move it over into, I'm going to move it in here so that I'm not going to get it all wet anyways. So we'll drain the whey out of it there, and all of this out. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes here. Dry this cheese off of here. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, like I said, and we'll get it into the press. Okay guys, so really all we're doing is just getting the excess out. What I did forget was I have to, look at that, it comes right out of there, right? Yeah, now see this stuff here, if you don't get that off, it will stay in there, just like somebody mixed concrete on it. But anyways, you see how much whey is drained out of that in 10 minutes or so. So that's just extra. I forgot I needed to salt this. Are we in the center of the screen? So I need two tablespoons of salt. As long as it's not table salt, I guess. 2 tablespoons of salt, but as long as it's not table salt. So I'm using, I believe this is sea salt, fine sea salt. So I'm going to use one. I'm going to mix it in right now, and then we'll put another one in after I get this mixed in. So look, see how that is? So we're going to break this all up and mix the salt in. It's just so weird, let me tell you. So my press is a, I don't know if you can see it, but it's not as big as Crystal's is. Look, see the white spots in there? Like I couldn't get those out. Like I think they're forever pressed in there. But anyways, what we're gonna do is, what did I do with the, this guy has to be wrung out, so I'm gonna get all the excess out of it that I can. Sure smells like vinegar. That's better than what the whey smells like, let me tell you. This is gonna go in here, like so. There's that there. It's a fuzzy. But anywho, whenever you touch metal, it tends to leave little black spots all over it, so I don't know why. That's what it does. So there's only really one way to do this. So what are you guys looking at? You have to move it over a little, I guess. Great. I could probably put it back in there too. Doesn't really matter, I guess. So all right. So this gotta go in there. I suppose you want it as flat as possible, but since my press is small, it's not real big. I didn't realize they made a bigger one when I ordered it, and they do make a bigger one, a much bigger one. And for whatever reason, I haven't been able to find just the bigger, this bigger part, and then there's a pad on it. I'll put that out in a minute. Oopsie. See me try to dump all that? So, yeah, no, it's falling down the drain, isn't it? But the fun part is I gotta move you guys without touching my phone. So, alright, so we take whatever long corner and fold it over the top. I just try to kind of get it flat. You aren't going to get it flat. So let me, where are you guys looking over there? Alright, so let's move you. Alright, so there's my press. And I am just going to put it up in here, like so. Now, you only got to go so much. Let me wash it. It's just sticky. Sticky! And yeah, it's very little on this first one, so the reason I'm like this is so I can drain it into the sink. Alright, so we're going to go a little press here for 20 minutes, I believe was the first one. I can't tell, but you get this all up on here, then you don't have it running all over your counter. And I haven't pressed any of it yet, so there we go. So it started coming out, and you should be able, it should run out of the tube there, if you can see it. It says like 20 pounds. There's no gauge on that, so I'm guesstimating. So I'll come back in 20 minutes, and that's about 7 p.m. Oh, there you go. See it running out now? Oh, you can't, can you? Okay, so there. Right in there, it's running out. And we'll let it run down the sink, and we'll flip it again, and then we'll leave it overnight, and then I flip it again and leave it overnight. This is a 3 or 4 day process before we get to wax, which I've never done. So when we get to the wax part, I think I'm going to wax it and not vacuum pack it, and we'll see if that makes a difference. But yeah, we'll be back in a bit. Okay, since I forgot to push record last time, this is not the second, this is the third time, and I'm going to leave it overnight after this. I guess the idea is to not try to push the cream out. So that's what we got there. She's not a heavy press yet, and I'm not going to do another one overnight either. So, but some cheese that got away. See how it comes right off now? Whee! And I'll leave that one till tomorrow. And I'll probably skip that and come out when I take it out in 2 days. I'll put it on a dry rack. Here we are 2 days later. I mean, I had to been putting a gradual pressure on it. And I'm going to take it out of here and we're just going to sit it on a rack for a few days, flipping it and letting it dry. You flip it and the moisture kind of runs out the bottom. See, there ain't really a whole lot in there, as you can see. So you can see, let's get the indentions in the bottom. And then you pull this off. I mean, yeah, I got wrinkles in it, but the vinegar actually helps quite a bit. I've done this with just the whey, and it does work, but this is so much nicer with just the vinegar. Just comes right off. So what I'm going to do is we'll go over here. What I have, let's see, can I get it set up for you guys to see? You guys have to stand in the stove. What do you think of that? Huh? Okay, so it's just a rack, metal rack out of my dehydrator. I got a couple lids from the jars to support it so the air will get underneath it. I was getting mold because I didn't have enough airflow. And a piece of plastic. I ordered these from a cheese company for the cheese kit that I got. If you touch the metal, it'll leave black lines in it. Not that it affects it or anything, but so we'll leave our cheese like so, and it will dry out on top, and any heavy moisture will run out the bottom. And we'll flip it tomorrow, and because the bottom, you'll tell the bottom will be wet and the top will be dry. And then when we flip it, this side will either be wet or dry. So we keep going until it stays dry. And then I think I'm going to wax it, so maybe I'll we'll try that nightmare together here. Okay, since my video is considerably longer than I wanted it to be, where are we at? Okay, so there's my cheese. I'm gonna leave that for a few days till it dries out. Maybe I'll do something else when I'll do another video when I wax it, because this is way longer than I wanted the video to be, because I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'll put Crystal at the end so y'all can go over and check out her videos that I'm basing this off of, and I'll put links in the description below also. And then when this is dry, I'll do the wax in a separate video. So until then, everybody have a nice weekend. I hope you liked it. Give her a thumbs up if you did. If not, you know, nobody will see it anyways. But yeah, so this is my attempt at cheddar based on Crystal's recipe that she's doing over at Blue Cactus Dairy Goats. Yeah, Dairy Goats. Yeah. Go check that out. You guys have a nice weekend, and we'll see you maybe next week when we do the wax on that. That ought to be fun. Make a mess.